pressing it against his neck. "Stay where you at, motherfucker," the black guy said. His eyes were bloodshot. He had a sparse mustache and a scraggly goatee, and a high afro with a putty-colored comb stuck in it at an odd angle. Man was a junkie, and Harry knew he'd cut his throat without thinking about it. He heard a door open, glanced in the rearview mirror, saw the guy that was coming up behind him getting in the back seat, closing the door. This one was clean-shaven and more alert than the junkie, with shiny hair that looked like it had motor oil on it, combed back. "Motherfucker, see where I'm at? See what I got? You don't do what you're told." He had a pocket knife with a 6-inch blade in his hand, leaned forward, put it against Harry's jugular, pulling him back against the headrest. Harry smelling aftershave and sweat. Afro's hand moved out of the window, and he went around the front of the car and got in next to him. "What in the case?" Guy in back said. "Transaction reports." "Yeah? The fuck's that?" "I buy and sell scrap." "Know what we do? Take your money." Afro gave him a sleepy-eyed grin. "Like this. Give me your wallet, motherfucker," he said, pointing the carving knife at Harry. Guy in back said, "Let's see what else in there you got." Harry saw him in the rearview mirror, watched him sit back and put the briefcase in his lap, fooling with the clasp, trying to open it with the tip of his knife blade. Tried for a while, gave up, and looked at Harry. "Where the key at?" "In my pocket," Harry said. He reached behind his back, felt the grip of the Colt Python, pulled his wallet out of the back left pocket of his khakis, and threw it on the floor mat in front of Afro. Keep him busy. Afro bent forward, reaching with his long arms, and now Harry drew the Colt, turned in his seat, back against the door as Afro sat up with the wallet, spread it open, looking at $750, grinning till he saw the gun. "Easy," Afro said. "Be cool." He handed Harry his wallet back. "See? It all there. No harm done. Nobody lose nothing." Harry turned, 2 hands on the revolver, aimed at the guy in back, the guy preoccupied, still fooling with the briefcase. Harry pulled the hammer back, and now he looked up. "Drop the knives out the window or I'll blow your head off." He said it calm and measured. They tossed the blades out, and Harry heard them hit the street. "Give me your wallets." Afro took his out and put it on the edge of Harry's seat. Guy in back slid his between the seats on the console. "Now get the hell out of here." They did, and Harry left them standing on Orleans Street, wondering what had just happened. He looked straight. The Nova was halfway down the block, put the Mercedes in gear, and took off. In addition to junkies trying to rob him, the IRS was trying to take his money in a more legitimate way. First, he'd gotten a letter that said, "Dear Recycler, as part of our review of tax compliance, the Internal Revenue Service has determined records maintained by S&H Recycling Metals may be insufficient to verify the accuracy of purchases of recyclable materials. It is the responsibility of taxpayers to maintain adequate records to substantiate items on their tax returns, including purchases of recyclable materials. Failure to maintain such records could result in the assessment of additional tax due to the disallowance of deductions. We appreciate your cooperation and willingness to work with us on this matter. If you have any questions, please contact the examiner named at the heading of this letter. Sincerely, Chief Examination Division." Harry was thinking, come on, what is this? Now they were preparing to audit his company. Harry had asked his secretary, Phyllis, to pull all the records, backup that supported his tax returns, everything from 1969 and 70. He had no clue why they were coming after him. He'd maintained accurate, up-to-date records. The examiner named at the top of the letter was William Decker. He was in the waiting room when Harry arrived, stood up and introduced himself as Bill. Looked like a former athlete, 6'3", a couple inches taller than Harry, but about his age, early 40s, hair going gray, cut to the top of his ears, big hands, firm handshake. Decker told him the audit was random, not personal, but Harry had trouble believing it. He paid cash for scrap, and a business like his was an easy target. Harry and his scale operator, Jerry Dubuque, loaded a dozen banker boxes in the back of Decker's Fairlane station wagon.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.